Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Asking Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. And make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to read out two of my favorite comments from previous videos. So maybe one of them is yours. So I hate this question. I'm going to tell y'all from the gate, I hate this question, but it's a valid question. So I'm going to answer it anyway. I got a message from an Aquarius and she said, if an Aquarius woman has to choose between a Capricorn and a Cancer, which one is best? Now y'all see why I hate this question. All right, let's get into it. So she has a Capricorn lover and she has a Cancer lover. And she's trying to decide between the two of them because she's gotten to the point now where she wants to have a monogamous relationship and she wants to have a committed relationship. And the Capricorn is asking her to take the relationship to the next level. And she said that she likes both of them and she's not sure which one of them would make the best mate long term. So I told her that based on sun signs, she really should get a compatibility chart, which will take their sun, their moon, their whole chart into consideration. So she asked me just to speak on it in general in the meantime. So in general, in the meantime, if you're an Aquarius woman, which one is better to choose? A Capricorn male or a Cancer? Now, honestly, the reason why I hate this question is because neither one of them in general is a good idea. Neither one of them in general would I pick. if I had this as my options and I had to pick, like without their chart, without no tarot cards, without nothing, if you just said to me, boom, pick Capricorn or Cancer, I would say neither. I would say neither one. I'd rather be single. I wouldn't pick either one of these because for Aquarius, neither one of these is a good match. Depending upon what's going on in your chart, you might be able to make it happen. Because remember, any relationship can work. If the two people are willing to put into it, any relationship can work. I don't care what the zodiac sign are. I don't care what their race is. I don't care their economics. I don't care their gender. Any relationship that two people want to work can work. But when dealing with an Aquarius, these two are not the best. Honestly, Aquarius do better with air or fire signs. Those are the two highest. And Capricorn is earth and Cancer is water. So they don't fit in either one of our favorite elemental pockets. So I wouldn't pick either one. And let's say I had to pick one, like in this case, she has to decide. So, all right, you have a Capricorn, you have a Cancer. The way to choose is to figure out what's important to you. If you're with the Capricorn as an Aquarius, both of these signs you can have a very powerful love life with. So that's one good aspect. I've been in relationships. I married a Capricorn and I had an awful situationship with a Cancer. And neither one of them did we have any sexual problems. So that part is pretty good. You'll be good with that. But you have to figure out what it is that you really want because they both are so different in that way. Capricorns in general are very big on stability. They're very big on material things. Even Capricorns who don't make a lot of money, a lot of times will get the best. My daughter's father, who's the Capricorn, didn't make a lot of money when we were together. Mind you, we were young, very young. And he didn't make a lot of money, but he had the best stuff. If he was into something, he did not half-step it. He had the best PlayStation. He had the best tool. He used to do visual art. He had the best art table. He had the best tools for doing art, He didn't have a lot of money, but when he did spend, he spent it on the best. So Capricorns have a tendency to do that in a lot of things that they do. So if you like having the best, then that could be something that's good for you. Although we did spend a lot of money, so that was another problem. When it comes to Capricorns, the emotional connection is going to be very different than it is with a Cancer. So this is another thing you have to figure out, like what's important to you. If it's important to you, like it's important to me, to have an emotional connection, then you would go more towards the Cancer, because most of the time in general, you're going to have a better emotional connection with the Cancer. You see? But the problem is that a lot of times, and this goes back down to what kind of vibration they have, because a low vibrational Cancer, they're going to use that emotional connection to manipulate you. Herein lies the problem. A high vibrational Cancer is just going to be very close to you. And as an Aquarius, that could be very helpful in helping you deal with your emotions and be more open with expressing them. You see? So both of these signs, even though I don't recommend them, both of them have some good stuff, as you can see. So it really depends on, what do you want out of life? Do you want a very strong emotional connection with somebody? Now let's imagine that your Cancer is not one of the Voldemorts. Let's imagine you have a good guy. So your Cancer is a good person. So your emotional connection would be a great one if that's what you want. But if you're more interested in accumulating wealth, you know, things along those lines, material things, those kind of things, if that's more of your interest than emotional connection is, then you may want to look more seriously at the Capricorn. Another thing from what you told me, the Capricorn is ready for a commitment. And usually Capricorns and Cancers will make a commitment if they really feel it inside of themselves. A low vibrational Cancer will never make a commitment. A low vibrational Cancer is like a Jezebel. They just go around having sex with anybody, using people for sex, using people for whatever they can get from them, and then going about their business. A high vibrational Cancer is more likely to get married. A Capricorn is very likely to get married. So he's already asking you to take the relationship to the next step, whereas the Cancer just wants to keep playing. And I think that that is actually more important than their zodiac signs, because one is willing to take you seriously, or take the relationship seriously and make a commitment, whereas the other one wants to see what happens. You see? So again, it boils down to, what do you really want? If you really want to start to move towards a relationship that could lead to a marriage with someone you can build something with, then the Capricorn would not be a bad idea. But if you're more interested in seeing where things go and having an emotional connection with somebody, then maybe the Cancer would be more appropriate for you. Because to be honest with you, I was more emotionally connected to the Cancer, much more than the Capricorn. I cared about the Capricorn. I had a child with the Capricorn. I married the Capricorn, but it was the Cancer that had my heart. So you got to figure out which one is more important to you. I think that the relationship with the Capricorn was more tangible, but the relationship with the Cancer was more real. It was like I was really in love with the Cancer. I wasn't really in love with the Capricorn. So for you, that may not be the case. But like I said, you have to figure out which one of those is more important to you. And the fact that the Capricorn wants to make a commitment or wants to move towards a commitment really has my ear. Because again, he's talking about longevity. He's talking about planning, building, moving forward. And the Cancer just talking about having some kisses and some good times and a little bit of emotional connection. So my question to you is, what do you really want? Based on what you value, that's the one you should pick. Now, if it was me, I wouldn't pick either one. I'd find me a Libra. But que sera, sera. Now we're going to take a look at some of my favorite comments. One came from Chris Kelly. Chris Kelly said, oh my God, I hate cancers. Jealous, manipulative, drama, deception, narcissism, cancers will turn your friends against you. They point fingers at other people. I was with a cancer for 4 years. Worst mistake of my life. Yeah, that's that low vibration. That's that low vibrational cancer. Because a higher vibrational cancer will not behave like that. They're sweet as pie, actually. The ones that have really high vibrations, they're really nice. They're really sweet. They look out for everybody. The women are like moms to everybody, you know? So the ones that are high won't give you all these problems. But the ones that are low, you're right, they will put you through these things. Turn people against you, not just your friends. They'll turn the world against you if you give them time to. That's why I never say Voldemort's name. I always say Voldemort because he would love to turn the world against me. That would make his day. So I'm not giving him any excuse to do so, or to be able, any ammunition to be able to do so, because I'm sure he don't need an excuse. All right. Thank you so much for your comment. And I'm sorry that you went through that. I would say the most important thing when you go through something like that with a person is forgiving. You have to let go of that hurt, that bitterness, and you might have already done this. It took me a long time. So the most important thing is to let go of the hurt, let go of the bitterness, and release them. And I also suggest when dealing with the cancer, never talk to them again. That was a mistake I used to make with Voldemort that I stopped making, because every time you talk to them, they go back on that brainwashing campaign. They go right back to the deception and playing in your head, and then you got to deconstruct all the bullshit they done told you again and again. All right, Rosalind Cash. Rosalind said, I'm team January 22nd, very independent, loyal, very easy to get along with, very confident, and being a leader. Every job I go on, I will take charge. And this is very Aquarius. The problem is that sometimes when you get to that job and you start taking charge, there's people already there who don't like that. And this is a problem that I've had many times. A supervisor or a higher up or somebody who didn't like that aspect of me. So one thing I'm very careful about, because I know I'm a natural leader, I'm very careful when I come into a situation to pick up on who the current leaders are. Because those are the people, as an Aquarius, who will try to sabotage you. Those are the people. It's happened to me more than once. Those are the people, the ones that are already there and not being effective leaders especially. All right, guys, it's time for us to get going. Please email me if you would like to get a reading done, and come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.